Welcome to the first edition of the Nahar Jito Bookathon, presented in association with the Raisoni Foundation. In this session, we are going to explore the book Services Marketing, Integrated Marketing Communications, Brand Management by Kirti Dutta. Brand management principles and practices is uniquely placed to build knowledge and develop skills for managing brands, be it a product, service, or an individual. It presents a comprehensive discussion on creating, understanding, managing, building, and sustaining brands. It demystifies the key concept of branding to help the reader understand how brands can be successfully managed for a longer period of time. This book helps skill the readers to build, manage, and sustain a successful brand so that the benefits can be reaped in monetary and non-monetary terms. Our speaker, Professor Dr. Kirti Dutta, is a versatile and dynamic personality, evidenced by the fact that she entered academia after spending 11 years in the corporate world. In the 19 years she spent in the academia, she has helped manage and build processes in organizations and institutions of higher learning. She is currently the founding dean of School of Entrepreneurship and founding dean research at Hood University and has set up the BBA, BCom, MBA, and PhD programs. She is also advisor and adjunct professor, American Business Management and Technology College, Switzerland. Prior to this, she has also helped set up completely revamped BBA honors and BCom honors programs in academic collaboration with University of Warwick, UK at Ansel University. With a PhD in management, consumer behavior, branding, and communication, she holds masters in business administration. Her areas of interest include brand management, consumer behavior, integrated marketing communications, marketing of services, digital marketing, neuromarketing, etc. She had a flair for nutrient tutelage since childhood and saw herself as a helper and enabler. Being organized and decisive and seeing the bigger picture, she realized that writing was a medium through which she could impact more people and leave an enlightening legacy. This translated into her being a prolific researcher and a writer, resulting in co-authoring about 100 publications published in national and international journals, conference proceedings, and chapters in a number of edited books. Her research-based textbook on services, marketing, operations, and management, co-authored with Dr. Winnie Johari, was published by Oxford University Press in 2009, and the second edition of the same was released in the year 2017. The first book, titled Brand Management Principles and Practices, was published by OUP in 2012, and the second edition in 2022. Her next book on integrated marketing communications with OUP, released in December 2016. She has also co-edited a book on entrepreneurship, learning, and development for CEGR. She promotes research by being a PhD supervisor and examiner for many universities. Her communication and public speaking skills enabled her to conduct a number of webinars, FDPs for faculty of renowned institutes and MDPs for Maharatna and multinational companies. Her dream of being a founding editor was fulfilled when she was able to launch the International Journal of Entrepreneurship and Startup Ventures at Hood University. Her multitasking and time management skills are evidenced through her being member of editorial advisory boards and being able to review papers for a number of international journals of ABDC and Scopus Index like International Journal of Contemporary Hospitality Management, International Journal of Technology Marketing, Total Quality Management Journal, to name a few. She is also a member of the editorial advisory board for the Journal of Hospitality and Tourism Cases and Journal of Services Research. In this talk, she leverages her expertise to talk about how to make your brand and build it to stand out in today's competitive age. Her book on brand management delineates simple steps that can be followed by any individual to make their brand stand out and is inclusive of all fields and sectors. Now, I would like to hand over the session to the speaker.
Hello, all. As far as my personal background goes, like children of any parents who had witnessed the partition of India, I too was brought up on the various heroic stories of the times. These early lessons of social perceptiveness and humanity vastly shaped my thinking. My parents and brother and sister were my greatest motivators and cheerleaders and always inspired me to work hard. The habit of reading and painting ingrained an interest in writing as well. Schooling also added to it, as the convent school that I attended was run by the Loreto sisters, and along with academics, important life lessons were taught. Lessons on honesty, high moral behavior, personal integrity, respecting other people, and working for the upliftment of the society. These were the founding brand elements and helped to create a vision where I could change the world by my deeds and make it a better place. Between the school and home, I was always motivated to work hard, to be persistent, and to persevere to achieve my dreams. I learned that there was no substitute for hard work and no shortcut to success, and that I could also win through others by guiding them to the best of my capabilities. Wanting to become a doctor, I took up science subjects, but destiny added a twist, and I could become a doctor of philosophy after pursuing a management degree. Post marriage, my husband also supported and motivated me to work, and I was able to work through the corporate ladder while handling sales, marketing, purchase, operations profiles, and being a mother to two daughters. Being patient and always motivating others during their trials and turbulent periods influenced people to turn to me during testing times. This further motivated me to reach out to more people to guide and train them, which helped me realize my calling, becoming a teacher. Thus, I switched to academia. To be an effective educator, I did a certificate course on teaching in higher education from Oxford Brookes University, UK. I took to academics like a fish takes to water and was also blessed to be connected with great mentors. These were the right people to initiate me to my academic career. They were all self-driven and research-oriented. This environment encouraged me all the more to pursue my interest of writing and research. I learned the value of original writing and being honest during the research work. It was during this time that I enrolled for my PhD on purchase behavior of women. During this time, I became a study partner with my daughters, and they became my research assistants. Their unconditional love was a constant support, and I was able to put in long hours of my writing and research post office, supported by my husband. I would like to believe that this also motivated them to become independent professionals and excel in the corporate world. During my first stint in academics, I got the opportunities to connect and visit Oxford Brookes University. During these visits, I learned their teaching styles, research orientations, student mentoring, and that serious research can be a value input in the class discussions. All this helped me to develop my writing style, pedagogy, and delivery of sessions, which ultimately became a habit for good, and I became an avid researcher. All these helped me in my personal and professional achievements during my career. So this is about my professional journey. My professional achievements could never have been possible without the support of my family. Being a full-time faculty and administrator requires a lot of hard work and various skills. Being a founder dean gave me the canvas to design the curriculum to the best skills the students and make them future ready. Interacting with various industry experts, faculty from other renowned universities, senior academicians while designing the courses helped me to keep abreast of the skill sets required and helped me design various courses to impart knowledge and training to the students so that they could be ready for the corporate journey from day one. Teaching postgraduates and working professionals requires want to be academically strong and abreast of the latest developments in the corporate world. My corporate experience helped me tremendously, and I was able to draw from that and guide the students. I always believe that the knowledge has to be reflected in the work done, and so my pedagogy involved skilling the students. This also impacted my writing styles, and the books and papers that I authored were very practical and application oriented. I was able to carve a niche for myself in the higher echelons of researchers at the global level. This is evidenced by the fact that my research interest score is 644, which is amongst the top 11% of the members on ResearchGate, a community of 25 million scientists, and among the top 7% of the members with work related to marketing and business administration. Working with a team of international researchers from US, Switzerland, Poland, Lebanon, etc., helped me connect with my peers at the global level and collaborate for various research projects. This collaborative work helped me further to grow as a still better researcher. And this quality work also helped get Best Paper awards in various conferences attended. All this helped me stand out and get noticed, and I also received an invitation to deliver a TEDx talk by the HR College Mumbai. On what to talk during the TEDx talk, I was reflecting on my professional journey and how I was able to stand out and achieve so much in a short span of time. And this motivated me to deliver the TEDx talk on how to build brand you and summarize the same in simple steps, an escape plan to build your brand. You can Google it and listen on to how to build brand you. Writing papers led to getting opportunities to review papers for various international journals of repute listed in ABTC, Web of Science, etc. While reviewing papers, my thought process expanded further, and I was able to further enhance my research and writing skills. This also led to opportunities to guide PhD students and be an external expert for evaluating the PhDs. All this helped get deep insights into various industries, subjects, topics, and fields. And it also fueled my desire to launch a journal, which I was able to fulfill recently with the launch of International Journal of Entrepreneurship and Startup Ventures. My research credentials and interests led to getting an opportunity to become the founding dean research at the current university. I designed and launched the PhD program, which was another feather in my cap. All along these pursuits, my writing continued, and I authored my research-based textbooks on services marketing management and operations, brand management principles and practices, and integrated marketing communications. Being skill-oriented, all these books were well received and led to second editions. All these work that I have been doing, in the end, I can conclude that they have all helped develop important skills of analyzing, critical thinking, out-of-the-box thinking, and to appreciate various perspectives to any given situation or topic. All these are the desired meta skills for enhancing quality education and skilling the students, and also for being successful in any field that you choose. For my connection with the Nahar Jitu Bookathon, I would like to quote Barack Obama, who said, "Reading is the gateway skill that makes all other learning possible." Books have always intrigued me, and I feel that they help us discover new things and acquire knowledge that can be applied to enhance our productivity, output, and in turn our socioeconomic status. Reading is a hobby that creates multiple ripple effects in our thought processes, and I strongly encourage and endorse the same. The Nahar Jito Bookathon is therefore close to my heart and helps promote learning through books. I believe that in the age of artificial intelligence, our creative skills are going to be the differentiator. And through this bookathon, I will be able to spread the message of creating and building a unique brand for oneself that equips you to stand out in this competitive landscape. Today, I'm going to talk about my book, Brand Management Principles and Practices. This book on branding is a must read for everyone, irrespective of the profession and domain. Branding has always been a vital part of any business, and the current testing times have made it more important than ever before. With the rise in social media, consumers get exposed to information about existing and new brands every day. The second edition of this brand management book is a comprehensive skill building exercise that explores the core concepts of branding and illustrates them through numerous real life examples, through chapter and case studies, images, and videos. It exposes an individual to the importance of brand identity and the need for a positive brand image and skills. One, to create a unique brand that is sought by all. Brand owners need to ensure that the value offered by the brand is sustained over a period of time and is relevant for their target audience. Thus, brand building requires a careful, thought out strategy and commitment to resources, which can result in brand loyalty and brand love. This brand love defines the fate of the brand in the marketplace. A brand identity that is truly reflected in the brand image invokes confidence for all. It also provides opportunities in terms of getting business opportunities. And if it is a corporate brand, then it also provides opportunities for building more business through brand extensions and new brand launches. Creating brand excitement results in sustaining the brand over time. With social media gaining prominence, one can air their views for all to see. And this point of view can create a buzz among the people, and brand owners need to therefore keep an eye out for these views. These views can add or detract the brand equity, and so they need to be addressed. Managing the brand reputation online and offline is therefore imperative and important and requires constant attention for profitable brand innings in the global village. This book integrates theory with practical examples and is complemented with online resources that has videos and television commercials of some iconic brands like Amul, McDonald's, Aditya Birla, etc. to understand the chapters, and practical hands-on exercises for each chapter has been given at the end of the chapter. All this will help you not only understand the concepts, but also develop the requisite skill sets. Now, let me give you an overview of the book so that you can know what to expect from this. This book is divided into 5 parts. The first part is about overview of the brand management. Part 2 is about understanding and measuring brand equity. Part 3 is understanding consumers and markets. Part 4 is managing brands. And Part 5 is building resilient brands. So, even if you're going to school and you have your own idea about your entrepreneurship venture, then even if you've not gone into a business administration program or studied marketing, this book will help you understand everything right from scratch. You don't need to study marketing first to understand this book. It introduces the concepts and then it tells you how to do that. So in part 1, when we're talking about overview of brand management, there are 3 chapters here. Chapter 1 talks about introduction to branding, and here you can get an understanding of how the brand has evolved over a period of time. And what is the difference between a product and a brand? Because for customers and consumers, brand is the product and product is the brand. So therefore, to get a basic understanding of branding, you need to go through this chapter. At the end of the chapter, there are practical examples of Amul brand and how they went on to become brand Amul, and about the Aditya Birla brand. The second chapter in this section talks about creating a brand. So there are simple steps which you can follow to create the brand. And the other part of the book talks about all these steps chapter by chapter so that you can dive deep and understand how to create a brand by going through the book. Here again, you will find practical examples from a number of leading brands. The third chapter, Understanding Organizational Culture for Successful Brand Management, looks at how your internal self should be aligned with the external brand promise that you have made so that you're actually walking the talk. This is a chapter that looks at your internal culture because culture influences the way people believe and they behave, right? So it talks about your culture and as an organization, how you can build the culture so that all the people who are working in your organization at various points of time are aligned with your brand. It looks at the organizational culture at Aditya Birla Group. The second part talks about understanding and measuring brand equity. There are 3 chapters here, and each chapter looks at first the understanding of the brand equity and then how you can measure this. So, what is brand equity? It's what people think about your brand. So, how do people think about your brand? Therefore, the first chapter in this section talks about brand equity and the various ways by which you can build brand equity. So, every time you are communicating with the customers, you are building your equity. And this chapter gives an understanding of this, that everything that you're doing, even getting your brand endorsed by other people, the knowledge that people have about your brand, everything, your jingles, everything, all this lead to brand equity. So therefore, first understand how people form the brand equity and then research for brand equity in the next chapter. So here for researching, you can follow various ways, qualitative and quantitative. Even if you don't understand what they are, you can just talk to other experts, other people, your consumers. And this chapter is very simple because it does not require you to have a lot of skills related to analysis. If you're even talking to the right people, you can understand your brand and what people think about your brand. So that's about researching for brand equity. And 6 looks at measuring brand equity. So whenever we say brand, we always talk about the consumers, what they feel and how they behave. So here, when we are measuring brand equity, we are talking about it at 2 perspectives, 2 levels, financial and consumer based. So if people are purchasing, that's the financial performance. So how can you measure your brand through that? And consumer based, when how are people feeling about your brand? So it talks about both. The third part of this book talks about understanding consumers and markets. So you need to understand that consumers form the heart of your marketing. And how do they react to your brand is very, very important because then you will be able to understand what they are thinking and feeling about your brand and how you should be influencing them because they are going to decide the fate of your brand. So this chapter again looks at various ways by which you can understand the consumers, their perspectives, and how they are thinking and feeling about the brands. And again, there are lots of examples of very common and successful ads that you've been watching on TV, and how you relate to them. You will be able to understand what is it that brands are doing, and then you can do it for the brand that you want to launch in the marketplace. The chapter after this talks about brand positioning. So whenever we are talking about our product, we always start with segmenting the market, which are the people for whom we are going to build the brand, and then how are we going to position the brand for these people, right? So once we segment, we select the target audience. And even if you've not studied this chapter explores and tells you everything, right from segmenting, how you can segment, how to select a target audience, and how to position your brand. So positioning is nothing but how and what people think about your brand. So what they feel about your brand is brand positioning. Of course, it is your activity. What is it that you are doing will be reflected in their minds, and that's what they should be thinking. And that is what we say, that you need to understand that what is it that you want people to think, but what do actually people think. So that is brand positioning. And this chapter talks about brand positioning and how you can successfully position. And if it is not successful, then of course a rebranding can also be done. And it talks about repositioning and rebranding as well. Here we were talking about part 3. Now comes part 4, managing brands. Once you've built a brand, managing the brand is very, very important. You've understood the customers, you've positioned your brand. Now, how are you going to design the product? What is the price that you're going to put it at? And where are you going to put it so that people can easily access it, purchase it? Right. So branding and the marketing program looks at all these aspects from the branding perspective. And even when you're talking about product, so you started off with the brand concept. And does this product fit into the brand concept is what we are talking about. The pricing, is it right for the brand image that you've created? So that's what we are talking about, right? So go through this chapter to understand that what you are designing in the product, is it reflective of the brand that you want to create in the minds of the people? We all know that online is the way to be. So the next chapter, chapter 10, looks at e-branding, how you can build the brand online. So the online media is an attractive media to reach the audience. And how can we make changes in the product, in the price, in the place, in the promotion online, and build a strong brand online? So that is the e-branding chapter that we are talking about. So till now, we've not talked about marketing communication or how to communicate, advertising, personal selling, and all those aspects. So chapter 11 dives into all these aspects of marketing communications. It explains all these concepts and it tells you how you should be advertising, promoting, so that it is in line with the brand image that you want to portray in the minds of the people. So all these aspects of marketing communications are dealt upon from the branding perspective. And here we are talking about, again, a number of corporate examples, Fortune Refined Oil, Aditya Birla, and so on, so that you can easily understand the marketing communications concept from branding point of view. The last chapter in this section is about building brand in the new media. So we've already talked about e-branding. Therefore, what is the need for building a brand in the new media? So here, when we were talking about e-branding, we were talking about what to do with the brand in the online platform. But you might decide that, oh, I don't want to go online with my brand. And you can open up a shop and go offline completely. But we talked about consumers. What then if the consumers are online, right? And they are communicating there with hopefully you or other people. So if you are not there and if you're not understanding what they are saying, you will not be able to communicate back with them. And this chapter looks at monitoring of the new media for building your brand reputation online and for managing it online. So this chapter is from the perspective of reputation management. And for the brand, reputation is everything. So therefore, it is an important chapter and you can look at this. It contains video ads of Ultratech Cement and Peter England to explain this concept of brand building. The last part, building resilient brands. Till now, we've seen how to build a brand, what to do with it, how to understand the consumers, their response towards the brand, and how to manage it so that brand image is strong and the positioning is very, very strong. Now, since we have spent so much time and effort on the brand, we cannot just sit back and relax. Every day, we have to look at the brand. And that is what building resilient brands part is all about. There are 4 chapters here. The first one talks about the branding strategies and gives a perspective on leveraging an established brand in the market through brand extensions. So what is a brand extension? When you're using the same existing brand to launch a new brand, right? So once you've built a successful brand, why not come out with another sub-brand with the same name? Various brand strategies like line extensions, brand stretching have been discussed here. And so you can understand this chapter once you've built a successful brand, how we can keep on launching more and more brands with this same brand. The next chapter in this part talks about managing the brand architecture. Once you've launched so many brands in the marketplace, and once you're successful, you will do that, obviously. So with so many brands, how do you manage your brand architecture? This chapter helps you understand that, and over a period of time, some brands might become redundant. So it also helps you understand the concept of your brand portfolio and how you should be continuously looking at the brand portfolio so that you can trim this and maintain a bouquet of successful brands. The next chapter here talks about managing brands over time, which is very, very important if you want to have brand longevity. So it talks about reinforcing your brand, revitalizing it, because every time there is a change of generation, the younger crowd should be aligning with your brand. They should not feel that it is their parents or their grandparents' brand. So how do we continue doing that over a period of time? That is what this chapter is about. It talks about how you can help the brand stage a comeback and redirect the brand to the path of success. The last chapter of the book, chapter 16, talks about brand in a borderless world. It recognizes that world is now becoming a global village and we need to enhance our brand image globally. And once we are able to successfully do that, we can enhance the profitability as well by placing the brands in various country markets. This chapter provides an understanding of various challenges and opportunities that must be addressed while going global. Localization and standardization strategies have been discussed. What are these? When you're going to different country markets, do you want to localize? That is, launch a new brand for that country market? Or do you want to standardize like Coke has done, like McDonald's has done, and you want to launch the same brand in all the country markets? So read this chapter to gain an understanding of the various pros and cons so that you can then decide for yourself what you want to do, localize or standardize. Here we have a lot of examples of successful global brands like McDonald's to help you understand. So overall, if you're going through the book, if you're going through all these 16 chapters, you will be able to understand what is a brand and how to launch a brand in the marketplace, and then how to keep on growing and sustaining the brand over a period of time for brand longevity so that you can continue reaping the fruits of your success. Brand management is a crucial discipline that involves creating, developing, and maintaining a brand to ensure it resonates positively with consumers and achieves business objectives. This book provides a comprehensive understanding of the brand, both from the consumer and brand management perspectives. The key concepts are explored with the help of successful and iconic brands renowned globally, with special focus on resilient Indian brands like Amul, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Godrej, Tata, Borelin, Santur, Nykaa, Asian Paints, Cornitos, Tanishq, etc. Every chapter starts with an opening case study, and at the end of each chapter, there is another full-length case study that helps you explore the concepts that were covered in the text. There are a lot of rich images and corporate examples with boxed exhibits for better understanding of theoretical concepts. The case studies are contemporary and help in enhancing the analytical skills of the students. Each chapter has critical review questions and internet exercises which help in applying the concepts studied to real-life situations. The book provides a complete understanding of brand management, from the steps that can be followed to create a brand and how it can be sustained for longevity and growth of the self or organization. It tries to demystify and simplify the concept of creation, execution, and management for a successful brand by the current and future brand owners and managers. The book provides a comprehensive understanding of what a brand is, how it can be made, and so therefore, even if you are not planning to continue with your further studies or you want to start off with your entrepreneurial journey, then this book is just the right one for you. The reader's benefit, I would say, is multifold from this book. We are living in interesting times wherein we are facing competition not only from our peers, but with artificial intelligence as well. So, with so much competition, one needs to stand out and be sought after brand. And this can be done by building a strong brand. This book includes exclusive chapters on how you can create a brand, how you can build a brand, even in the new media, and how you can manage it so that your brand is always fresh. Each chapter has a link with Online Resource Center for better understanding of the concepts, and there are ORC exercises as well, where you can think beyond the concepts discussed in the chapter through videos or presentations that have been provided there. This ORC content contains TV commercials and PPTs of iconic brands like Yamaha, Vodafone, McDonald's, Ultratech, Peter England, Van Heusen, Lenin Club, Birla White, etc., apart from the brand's name that I've already taken previously. It also includes a video on the making of popular Vodafone character Zuzus, which helps in understanding the creative side of branding. All these examples dissect a successful brand and help provide clarity and deeper insights into building a strong brand. So, if you are looking at your own brand, your personal brand, or the brand that you want to launch, or manage your corporate brand and be a successful corporate individual, then this book is for you because it will help you understand the concepts, the nitty gritties, the fine ways by which you can further fine tune your product to create it into an iconic brand. The long term relevance of the knowledge and skills imparted by this book is that it will help the readers to understand and apply branding on themselves, the product or service that they want to market. Branding leads to competitive advantages, and brands that are well managed and have a strong identity can differentiate themselves effectively from competitors. This differentiation leads to increased market share, customer loyalty, and resilience amongst competitive pressures. It leads to customer loyalty and advocacy. Effective brand management builds trust and emotional connections with customers. And loyal customers are more likely to repeat purchases, recommend the brand to others, and withstand competitive offers. It also helps you charge premium prices, and brands with strong equity can command higher price compared to the generic alternatives. This ability to charge a premium is often linked to the perceived quality, reliability, and desirability associated with the brand. Strong brands help in market expansion, and brands that are well managed can more easily expand into new markets or product categories. A strong brand provides a platform for growth and acceptance in new environments. Resilience in times of crisis is also because of a successful brand. Because brands with a strong and solid reputation form strong customer relationship and are better equipped to navigate crises or downturns in the market. They often recover more quickly and maintain customer trust during challenging times. A strong brand also leads to employee engagement as it can attract top talent and foster a sense of pride and belonging among the employees. Employees are more motivated to work for a reputed brand, contributing to overall organizational success. Then strategic partnerships can also be formed as well-managed brands are attractive partners for collaborations and alliances. These partnerships can enhance brand visibility, access new markets, and create synergistic opportunities. We've always talked about brand extensions. So brand extensions and innovations are also possible, leading to new product lines or innovations. And this expansion can leverage existing brand equity and consumer trust. Long-term sustainability is also possible by a strong brand, and brands that invest in maintaining and evolving their brands over the long term are better positioned for sustained success and growth. This strategic approach helps navigate changing consumer preferences, technological advancements, and market dynamics. Brands often have a significant cultural and social impact. Understanding brand management includes considerations of ethical practices, corporate social responsibility, environment sustainability, which are all increasingly important to consumers and stakeholders. So in essence, understanding brand management is essential for creating a strong, enduring brand. It provides a framework for strategic decision-making and ensures the brand remains relevant and competitive in a constantly evolving marketplace. The earlier on in your life you read this book, the better, as then you can start on building your personal brand and you would have arrived even before you are ready to step into the corporate world. Whatever you do in life has to be reflected in the minds of the people, and this book tells you how to do it. You might possess the skills and the talent, but if people do not perceive you with those skills, it becomes meaningless. Therefore, if you want to be a successful career oriented person or you want people to align with you as an achiever, this book is for you. It will make you think where you are spending your time, how this is going to reflect on you, and what you need to say about it to the outside world. And it gives you a 360 perspective on yourself for a better brand. So, therefore, I would recommend that you gain an understanding of brand management. A heartfelt thanks to all for connecting and tuning in to listen to my book talk on brand management principles and practices. I hope you found the insights and information valuable for understanding this dynamic field. Remember, brand management is not just about creating logos and slogans. It's about shaping perceptions, building trust, and fostering lasting connections with customers. Whether you are a marketer, business owner, or simply curious about brands, I encourage you to explore further and apply these principles to your own endeavors. Thank you once again, and best wishes in your journey of brand building and management. This is Kirti Dutta signing off.